Good evening, everyone. Welcome back once again to Vicious Rants. And of course, I'm your host, your YouTube messiah, and often imitated, never duplicated superstar, Tim Vicious. And we are talking about Raw this week. Was in Boston, Massachusetts. Now, yeah, this week's Raw, I'm not gonna lie, it sucked. You know, there's really no other way around it, and as I'm sitting there watching it, I had a moment of epiphany, if you will. It was thinking back to other WrestleManias, and, you know, you think about it, all the build-up Raws leading into WrestleMania tend to typically not be that stellar. I mean, they'll have a few ones that go out of the park, but for the most part, not so much. But either way, before we get into the show, big news that was announced earlier in the day as of this recording. The Hart Foundation, Bret Hart and Jim the Anvil Neidhart are now going to be going into the Hall of Fame. So, now, a lot of people were saying, yay, oh yay, congrats, but, you know, they should have the 97 Hart Foundation. Folks, as much as I would love to see Davey, Bryan, and Owen in the Hall of Fame, you gotta remember, it's as much as, we'll say for example, as much as the old man may want it, he still needs to hear from them, from the families. Oh yeah, it's okay, go ahead, put them in. You know? That's why there are so many that have passed that still aren't in yet. Case in point, Owen. His wife, Martha, refuses to let him in. Miss Elizabeth, as much as she deserves that honor, her family will not, because they believe, in their own words, they feel wrestling is what led Miss Elizabeth to be dead. Nothing else. That aside, some folks are in good standing with the company and the old man. Some aren't, and that's why. That's why some are and some aren't, you know. Now, other than that, the other big news that was announced earlier today was the women's triple threat match. Charlotte, Becky, and Ronda Rousey is going to be the main event closing match for Mania, and, you know, big moment. First time ever you have women being the closing match for WrestleMania. Also, for those with Irish blood in them, such as myself, first time an Irish born is main eventing a WrestleMania. So, from all of us, good congratulations on that, Beck. And yeah, it's pretty big deal. You know, pretty big deal on it. Now, me personally, I got the old school mindset of there's a difference between the main event and the closer, because the main event's the match that people are coming to see. The closing match is very much so obvious, the closing match. Now, this is hands down definitely the main event, because this is the match people are talking about and people are wanting to see. No doubt. Now, with that said, let's get into the show. Raw starts off with all three of the women in the Beat the Clock challenge. Ronda comes down, slightly power walking, a little slower than normal. Comes down, goes, grabs the mic, says, so I gotta do a Beat the Clock challenge match, whatever that gimmick is. Okay, let's go, start it. Boom, drops the mic, picks it back up, starts talking about Becky, and then boom, drops again. And then starts talking about how she don't need this, that, and the other, and then boom. Ronda, honey, think about what you're going to say. Say it all at once, and then do mic drop. Because honestly, you could just imagine on how the production guys in the back are freaking out because they're hearing that mic slam to the ground and hearing the boom, boom. You're going to kill the fucking microphone. And then right after that, then comes Becky, which, whew, oh dear Lord, oh, had to get my heart pills for that one. Had to get my buddy Zeke, I need my heart pills. Oh boy, I tell you, that's what best friends are for right there. And then Charlotte came out and, wow. And then they had the Riott Squad come out. So it started out with Ronda going against Sarah Logan. And I liked on how the match started out with them two because Sarah Logan just trying to running circles around Ronda to, you know, play the long game like, yeah, I gotta make you try and end this as quick as possible. This is a match you have to win. I don't have to. You know, try and play the long game like that, but it didn't last long. Ronda's match lasted 1 minute, 25 seconds. Next up was Charlotte and Ruby, and Charlotte lost that one. Just as she got the figure 8 in, Ruby held on until the clock buzzed, and then Charlotte let go, pissed off. Becky gets in the ring, goes. Next thing you know, Charlotte, boom, takes a crack at her, and then we got Becky versus Liv, and Becky wins that one, so she's the winner of the Beat the Clock Challenge because she beat Ronda's time by about 8 seconds via a jackknife cover. So, yeah. Now I know a lot of people are saying, oh, well, what's the angle? What's the catch? Why are they having them do this? Dude, it's simple. You don't need to have it be for a title or for, you know, being this number or that number in a match or anything like that. In this case, simple. Bragging rights. Saying, hey, you took them down in that amount of time? I did it in less. I beat your time. Now what do you got? So it's really that simple. Now they did announce that next week they're going to have all 3 of them go against the Riott Squad in a 6-women tag match. God only knows on how that's going to explode on itself. So yeah. Next up we got Finn Balor going in a handicap match. If he wins, he gets an Intercontinental title match at WrestleMania. Balor against Lashley. And scheduled to be Lio Rush. However, Lio comes out, informs the world that due to Braun Strowman beating the shit out of him last week, he's unable to compete tonight. Therefore, his replacement is Jinder Mahal. So, kind of hard to tell who had the more chiseled figure, Jinder or Finn. Yeah, either way, as the match went, heels, they led right up into the break. Afterwards, Finn, he started to pick up some momentum after it. And Jinder was there for, just as you would expect, to take the loss for Lashley. He wound up getting hit with the coup de grace. The one thing that I really did like, though, was on how they had Lio and the Singh brothers out there having 3 outside factors. I just thought that was something that was interesting and different, and you know, something that maybe they could try and experiment with down the road later on with some other guys, something like that. But either way, Finn got the win doing the coup de grace on Mahal. 1, 2, 3. That was it. Then Lashley proceeded to beat the shit out of Jinder and the Singh brothers. Yeah. So we know, so like I said before, when Lashley won the title off of Finn, Point blank simple, he did it. You know, they're going to have a match at WrestleMania, and Finn's going to come out to the mother of all demon entrances. You know, that's all it is, plain and simple. Next up, we got tag team action. Aleister Black and Ricochet going against the Revival. Nice little brawl before the bell. And Black and Ricochet, they were leading right up into the break. The Revival wound up taking the lead after. Ricochet was the team punching bag for the most part. Black, he caught the hot tag, started cleaning up house. It was a decent match for what it was. You know, but match came to an end when Black, he caught Black Mass on Dawson and Wilder, and then Ricochet hit the 630 onto Wilder and got the 1-2-3. So if they do keep them as a tag team, I think that'd be a cool tag team combo finish, Black Mass into 630. You know, kind of like what they would used to do with Rey Mysterio and Edge when they were a tag team, have a 619 leading to Edge's spear, something like that, you know. But, yeah. Next matchup, we got women's action. Sasha going against Natayla. And, yeah. I mean, it had some nice back and forth, but really, that was pretty much it. After match got thrown out because Nia and Tamina came out, ran interference. Now, Beth Phoenix was out there with Natayla. Beth Phoenix came in, she cleaned house, wound up hitting the glam slam on Tamina. You know, so basically what it's looking like, they ain't officially announced it yet, but looks like we're going to have Sasha and Bayley putting the titles on the line against Natayla and Beth, Nia and Tamina, and possibly somebody from SmackDown. You know. So yeah. Next up, we got Baron Corbin going against Apollo Crews, and you know, sadly to say, their match at NXT TakeOver a couple years ago was way better than this one. Whew, man. I mean, aside from the fact that Corbin completely fucked up and said to Crews that he should have gone back to Ring of Honor, but other than that, that match was way better than this one. Yep. Crews, he led at the start, but Corbin pretty much carried it right at the end. Wound up getting the win with an end of days. Gloating over the fact that, you know, it's the whole, I'm going to beat Kurt Angle. I don't care that you guys don't like the fact that I'm going to be Kurt's last opponent. I'm going to beat him at WrestleMania. He's going to retire a loser, this, that, and the other. All that shit. Fucking shit, man. Let it the fuck go, for fuck's sake. We're fans, yes, as fans, we have a right to bitch, moan, cry, and complain all we want. But there comes a time when we have to stop because it's entertainment. It's storytelling. Let the damn story play. It's really that simple. Yeah, that's all it is, plain and simple. Now, speaking of Kurt, next match we get is Kurt Angle going against Samoa Joe, and this is via a loan from SmackDown because Kurt's going to be having a match with Styles on SmackDown, and whoo, you want to talk about some TNA memories now. Now, as Joe's coming down, he cuts a nice promo on Kurt saying, now we've had some wars together, we've gone to battle, this, that, and the other. And as part of your farewell tour, I guarantee I am going to put you to sleep here in Boston. And this was real nice. I like the way on how Joe led right into the break and picked it up and carried it for roughly a good majority of the match. Kurt wound up picking up the pace at the end. Caught, you know, he got the three Germans in. He caught an angle slam, and way Kurt caught the win at the end is what I like the most, because Joe, he had the Coquita clutch in, but you could even see with the close up of the camera, Joe, he had his forearm pressed against Kurt's chin, not directly under the throat. So they were able to use that as saying Kurt positioned his chin under so he can get some air. And then Kurt rolled himself around to be able to hold on and and hook a pin, 1, 2, 3, into a pinfall. So now we come to the last match of the night. And yet I would say this was the last match because honestly, I dug the Kurt Angle Joe match more, and I thought that was more of a storytelling, so I would say that was the main event in my opinion. Y'all don't have to agree with me, and if you want to leave an all caps rage comment on it, feel free to say something down below on it. Next up, we got Dean Ambrose going against Drew McIntyre in a last man standing match, and this match came to be because Drew wound up coming out, called out Roman, talking about on how, Roman, I offered you a challenge for a match at WrestleMania. Now I'm pleading with not you, but Joe, the man. Don't take this, because I will obliterate you. Just as your family saw you come back from fighting for your life, they're gonna see you fall at my feet. Something along those lines. Next, Roman comes out and says, I accept. Now, I'm going to say something to you, and that is Roman. Don't ever talk about my family again. And then wham! Beamed him. Next thing you know, you see Drew in the back, licking his wounds. Ambrose looking at him. Say I'm like a cockroach, huh? That I up and vanished, that disappeared. I don't think I went anywhere. If you're feeling froggy, we can go again tonight. You and me, one-on-one, last man standing. So yeah. Now, that brawl right from the top, right from the start of the match, McIntyre played very much so into the power game. Really absolutely loving the way that they're building McIntyre as this monster. Not like this big behemoth of a monster, but more so as this guy who's going to frickin' drive you into the ground and make you enjoy the taste of your own blood doing it. That kind of a guy. And really dug that. I dug the feel out of this. I'm not normally a fan of last man standing matches because, it's the whole waiting for the 10 count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Honestly, Botchamania is more fun than waiting for the 10 count and the last man standing. Yeah. But either way, dug the match, really liked it. Match came to an end. Ambrose, he started to pick up some momentum, wound up getting a table, brought a table out. Next thing you know, McIntyre instead, boom, threw him into the table. Next thing you know, went back, sized him up. Hit him with the Claymore kick, 1, 2, 10. Your winner, Drew McIntyre. So yeah, he's walking into Mania with a little pep in his step that, Roman, I took out your boy, Dean, twice. I took out Seth, the chosen boy who's looking to beat Brock Lesnar. You don't have a chance. I'm digging this kind of a feel on it. So, with that said, that is it for this week's show, folks. So, like always, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go back, watch a few of the other episodes. Make sure y'all look for me on my Twitter at Tim Vicious. Do also got another account if I get ghosted or put in Twitter jail, Tim_Vicious. Do also got that Facebook gimmick, Tim Ash. If you look for me on my Facebook gimmick, make sure you let me know you found me on there from here or my Twitter at Tim Vicious. So I don't think you got your creep John going. Also, folks, do not forget to follow all of these cool ass cats right here on the Twitter. Axel Malgi, Kenny Killer, DSB_IV, Cranky Grandpa, Dazzy MWP, and Sergeant Curry Pants. And folks, like I always tell you, you love me great, you hate me. Fuck yous.